Some people don't fear failure. They fear what comes after success because success changes things. It changes how people look at you, what they expect from you, and sometimes how you see yourself. It's a strange paradox, wanting something deeply but feeling anxious the closer you get to it. You imagine achieving your dream, but instead of excitement, you feel pressure. The kind that makes your chest tighten. You start thinking, what if I can't handle it? What if I lose everything once I get it? Or worse, what if I become someone I don't recognize? People who fear success often carry invisible stories. Maybe they grew up in a home where confidence was mistaken for arrogance, or where success brought jealousy instead of support. So now, they associate achievement with isolation. Psychologically, this fear is rooted in self-concept conflict, the gap between who you believe you are and who you might become if you succeed. When the new version of you feels foreign, your mind resists it. It's like your subconscious saying, stay where it's safe, stay where you're known. And sometimes that safety isn't comfort, it's familiarity. You don't stay small because you want to. You stay small because it's the only version of you that feels real. That's why some people self-sabotage. They delay, they doubt, they start things but never finish. Not because they're lazy, but because deep down, they're terrified of what success might take from them. But here's the truth, success doesn't change who you are, it only reveals who you've been hiding all along. When we think about fear, we often picture failure, the fall, the loss, the humiliation. But for many people, the fear of rising can be just as paralyzing. Psychologists call it upper limit resistance, a subconscious ceiling we place on our own growth. You start doing well and suddenly you pull yourself back down. You procrastinate, overthink, or distract yourself.
Anything to avoid moving too far.
Beyond what feels familiar, because success means change. And change threatens identity. You've spent years building a self-image that fits inside your current world. To succeed, you have to outgrow that image. And sometimes that means leaving behind the people, habits, and even emotions that kept you safe. For someone who's always felt invisible, success might trigger guilt. Who am I to stand out? For someone who grew up in chaos, success might feel unnatural. Life has always been hard.
Why does it suddenly feel easy?
And for someone who was once criticized for trying, success might whisper, don't shine too bright, or they'll hate you again. The human mind craves consistency, even when that consistency hurts. So when life starts improving, your brain sometimes interprets it as danger. It tells you, slow down, you're going too far. You're not ready. But what it really means is you're entering unknown territory. This is where many people stop. They mistake discomfort for a warning when it's actually a sign of evolution. The truth is, growth will always feel wrong before it feels right. The psychology of fearing success isn't about weakness. It's about self-preservation. It's your mind trying to protect you from a future it hasn't yet learned to trust. But the cost of staying small is slowly losing the person you were meant to become. So when you catch yourself hesitating at the edge of something great, remember this, the fear you feel isn't proof that you can't handle success. It's proof that you're about to. People who fear their own success rarely admit it, not even to themselves. Instead, it hides behind behaviors that look normal on the surface, but underneath they carry quiet resistance. They'll say things like, I'll start when I'm ready. But ready never comes. They'll spend hours perfecting plans, researching or preparing, yet never take the final step.
Because perfection becomes a shield. As long as it's not finished, it can't be judged. Some will downplay their achievements. I just got lucky. It's not a big deal. They shrink their success so it feels less threatening. Not to others,
but to themselves. And some sabotage their progress right before the breakthrough. The job interview they cancel, the opportunity they ignore, the risk they don't take because they just didn't feel it was the right time. It's not laziness, it's emotional conflict. A part of them wants to win, but another part fears what winning might demand. For many, that fear traces back to emotional memory. Maybe they once succeeded and lost everything soon after: a relationship, a friend, or a sense of belonging. Their subconscious linked success with pain, and ever since, it's been whispering, "Don't go there again." Others grew up around people who resented success. Parents who said things like, "Money changes people," or "Those who rise too high always fall." Those words planted quiet seeds of guilt. The belief that being great means being alone. So now, when they get close to their dream, they pull back, not because they don't deserve it, but because part of them still believes success will cost them love. And sometimes they're right. Not everyone can celebrate your growth. Some people prefer the version of you that doesn't challenge their comfort. But here's the truth that heals. You're not responsible for staying small so others feel secure. Your light doesn't take from theirs. It simply reveals what they've left unclaimed. So the question isn't "what if I fail?" anymore. It's "what if I'm ready and I just stop myself from seeing it?" The first step to overcoming the fear of success is to understand this. You are not afraid of success itself. You're afraid of the version of you that success might reveal. So instead of running from it, get to know that version, sit with her. Talk to him, ask yourself, who am I when I no longer doubt my own worth? The answer won't come easily, but it will come honestly. Success, in its truest form, isn't loud. It doesn't mean wealth, attention, or fame. It means alignment, your inner world finally matching your outer reality. It means you stop shrinking your truth just to fit the room. To overcome the fear, you must first allow success to feel safe. Start by noticing your triggers. When you begin to downplay your progress or hold yourself back, pause, breathe, ask, what part of me feels unworthy of this? The more you question the fear, the smaller it becomes. Reframe success not as pressure, but as permission to grow, to fail, to learn, to evolve, not for anyone else's approval, but to see what you're truly capable of becoming. Understand that you don't have to sacrifice your peace to succeed. You don't have to harden your heart or lose your softness. True success expands you. It doesn't erase you. And when that inner voice whispers, "You're not ready," remember, readiness isn't a feeling. It's a decision. Every step forward rewires the mind that once tried to hold you back. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you teach your brain that safety can exist after success too. So don't wait until you're fearless to begin and watch fear lose its purpose. Because the truth is, you were never afraid of shining. You were afraid of realizing that the darkness you've been hiding in was never big enough to contain your light.